Are you camera shy? Is the thought of doing a Facebook live show causes you extreme anxiety and has you saying, absolutely no way, Jose? I hear you. I was once just like that too. I know exactly what that feels like, so I feel your pain. But fear no more. I have some great news. On today's e-tip, I have an amazing special guest. Her name is Michelle Moreno, and she is actually a video confidence coach. And so please stick around because she's going to show us some fabulous confidence boosting tips, as well as talk about using stories for the importance of our website video that every entrepreneur in business should have on their website. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I think what she's going to be talking about might just surprise you too, with some of her reasons as to why a video is a must on our website homepages. I'm Susan Friesen, web specialist and digital marketing consultant and social media advisor here with eVision Media, bringing you these e-tips so you don't have to try and figure out the complicated digital marketing landscape all by yourself. I invite you to go on this journey with me in discovering what the ideal strategies are that will help you build your business. So now, without any further ado, let's meet Michelle. Michelle, I can't wait to hear your tips on confidence and having a video on our website homepage. Welcome.
Thank you so much. You're awesome, Susan. If you were freaked out at one point, you're doing a bang-up job now.
Yeah, I was pretty freaked out. Well, if you knew me like 3 years ago, video was absolutely not. I did voiceovers with a photo of me. That was the best I could do. That was as far as I would go. So I have come a long way. And so that's why I'm so really, really looking forward to having this call with you today, because I know that how I was a few years ago, many entrepreneurs and business owners are still like that today. And so it is a true joy having such a professional on our e-tip show today. And so why don't you tell our viewers a little bit more about yourself?
Well, I am Michelle Moreno, and I have created 2 programs. One is called Turn Viewers into Clients. The other is The True You on Camera. And I started out as a professional actress and singer, but the very first time I went on national television was on a game show. I was so thrilled because I had dreamed of being on TV since I was a little girl, but then I bombed on a game show in front of Whoopi Goldberg and Big Bird. And Tom Bergeron was the host of Hollywood Squares. That was the show I was on.
Not Big Bird. Oh, no.
Yeah, Big Bird. Big Bird looked down sadly like, oh, God, this one's a goner. And I bombed so badly that my Uncle Julio called, and he was like, shit, man, I thought you were smarter than that, man. I mean, it was just so humiliating in front of millions of viewers. So I let all my dreams die. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to get back on national television. And this time I sought out mentors and I did everything, and I got on camera, and I failed and failed. I tried out for more than 200 commercial auditions.
Wow.
I got one after about 220 auditions. Can you believe it? But I stuck it out. I got help. I went on camera. I took on camera classes, and I said, I'm going to overcome this. And I ended up doing shows like Boston Legal, Parenthood, The Shield as an actress on national television. So I did return triumphant. And now I'm helping entrepreneurs go on camera with confidence.
Yeah, and that's why we're here today. And I'm, in some ways, I'm so thankful that that you had so many trials and tribulations, because otherwise, entrepreneurs and business owners wouldn't be able to benefit from your experience and expertise of being in front of the camera and what that all means and the importance of it and how to look and how to be confident and the whole 9 yards. So the world needs you here instead of commercials and Big Bird.
And let me say, Susan, a testament to you. The reason that you are able to do what you're able to do right now is that you simply committed to persevering. You committed to the grit and the willingness to fail that it simply takes. And it directly parallels our journey as entrepreneurs. You know how as an entrepreneur, you just have to get out there and you have to put your stuff in the marketplace and you have to see what happens and the chips fall where they may, and we fail miserably a lot of the time, but that's part of the deal.
Yes.
It's the
Yes.
same thing with going on camera. You just have to commit to doing it.
Yeah, commit to do it. So why is it that entrepreneurs, and I hesitate to say this because I don't know for sure, but I suspect it's a lot of female entrepreneurs. Why are they so hesitant to get themselves in front of camera? What's that all about?
Fear of the camera is fear of judgment from others and fear of failing. But it goes a deeper than that. When we traveled as pack animals back in the day, if we were separated from the group, we would die of being eaten by a predator or starvation. Fast forward to today, when we go on camera, we think that we're separated from the group and the eyes of many are on us. And so our body goes into a flight or fight response, just like we are thinking in our mind subconsciously that we're going to die. So we are deathly afraid of public speaking and going on camera as a result of that. And so what you need to do is you need to understand that you're not being, running from a predator, that you are, in cases of making videos for your business or your brand, people don't watch these videos in groups like a viewing party. It's not the same as television or film. Yeah. One person alone is receiving you. So you have to think about it in terms of a one-to-one conversation. If you're an introvert, you have to just imagine the person who is on the other side of the lens and commit to focusing on their needs and commit to focusing on helping them. And then you have to strengthen the importance of what you're doing. Do you want your business to grow or not? And you have to make that more important than your ego.
That is such a fantastic tip. And it makes so much sense, doesn't it? When we talk in front of the camera, we do envision, throngs and stadium full of people are watching, but really we have to just focus on that one person, that ideal target market, that person that we want to share with and help. And that really does make a difference, doesn't it? When we just kind of bring it all down to one-on-one conversation.
And the thing is, it is a one-to-many platform. Mm-hmm. And it is, other than being there, the best way to become known, liked, and trusted online. So the only thing that's superior to video is live.
Yeah.
In person. However, if you think about your videos, especially when you're starting out, thousands will not see it. You'll be able to monitor. You'll be able to see, okay, 200 people saw this video, but think about how they're digesting the material.
Right.
Think about the viewer's experience and their experiences. They just want to know, how can you help them make their lives better? They want to get the info. They want to feel better, get out of the pain, get the pleasure. And then you're creating a connection one-on-one. So even if it is one-to-many, you have to focus on one-to-one connection.
One-to-one. That is so perfect. Absolutely. And I think that right there would help a lot. What do you say to those, including me, who about that judgment factor? I got some gray hair, or my nails are chipped, or, they'll see the wrinkles, or whatever it is that we criticize about ourselves. What do you say to people who say, hey, I don't think anybody would ever want to see me on camera,
Well, I think that you have to provide value. In your videos, you have to provide information, tips, what have you, that are either useful, relevant, meaningful, empowering, or make your clients' lives better. They really don't care what you look like if the ideas and the information that you're giving them is going to help them. Yeah. They really aren't paying much attention to that. All they're thinking about when they're watching your video is, what's in it for me? Now, granted, you want to put your best foot forward. When you go on camera, you want to make sure that your face is well lit. If you're used to wearing makeup, put on more makeup than usual. Put foundation on so that you even out. Make sure that if you have dark circles, do what you have to do to look better. Wear colors that make your skin tone come out. Don't wear something that washes you out.
Mm-hmm.
Clean up anything that's in the background and put yourself in the center of the frame and just have a little bit of room between the top of your head and the top of the frame. Make yourself large in that frame. But beyond that, once you have done all that you can to improve how you look, you're just going to have to live with how you look. And you're just going to do it. And focus on providing value.
Yeah.
I even have a video value checklist that I give to my students and say, you got to check one of these boxes off on your video. And it's a list. It says this video is relevant, or this video is meaningful, or this video is entertaining, or it is useful, or it does give them a new skill, and they got to check at least one of those boxes. If you can check one of those value boxes with every video that you create, people are not going to pick you apart. I promise.
Yeah. Wise words, Michelle. Very wise words. And so, as you know, I'm a web developer, and we really wanted to talk about websites and the use of videos on our homepage. And I thought that you would be the best person to ask about, those people out there, website owners who don't have a video on their homepage. Can you share some insights and reasons why it is so important nowadays to have such a video, and what kind of video should it be?
It is really important to have a video because other people are going to have a video on their homepage. Mm-hmm. And if they're your direct competitor, they're going to have an edge. I suggest for your homepage, if you're not going to be one of these people who's going to really learn how to make a pretty decent looking video on your own, for example, taking a course from somebody like me and at least, putting in the time to learn how to properly frame, get the good lighting and everything. If you know that you're just not going to invest in that time, then go ahead and pay a professional to create your branded homepage video. I do think that the money is well spent. Yeah. Of course, what you want to do is make sure that you really know what it is that you're going to say and work with a company that's going to have a really nice script. Now, there are many, many different types of videos that you can have on your homepage. You can have a trailer style video that is very aspirational, that just shows some of you in action, like B-roll footage of you just doing your thing and talking about some of your services. It all depends on the type of business that you have. You can also tell your story and parallel your story to your client's journey. And then at the end of that story video, talk about how you can then help that person, the viewer, with your service. You can do something that really talks about what you stand for, what you believe. And so that way, if somebody says, I believe that anybody, even in their 9-to-5 job, can become more creative and involved and passionate about what they're doing. And if you really stand for something like that, then the person will say, I have the doldrums, but there is a way to ask my boss X, Y, and Z. And so what you're standing for, the movement or the meaning behind your brand, is front and center. Or you can just do something really simple, like an explainer video that says, hey, I'm blah, 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 and I do X, Y, Z. And this is the result that I give my clients. I take them from A to Z. And here's how you can contact me if you want to learn more. Yeah. So you can do all sorts of different things. But I do recommend that whatever you do, design it for strangers, in which case make it 3 minutes or less.
And strangers is a really important key too, because I think sometimes we forget that people don't already know who they are, especially when they're first visiting your website. And we have to create our website for strangers in order to educate them and immediately give them that story, that message, that brand impression of who we are, who we serve, what benefits are we offering our ideal client.
For example, even if I were to just do an elevator pitch, that could be my homepage video. I could literally say, hi, I'm Michelle Moreno, and I help online entrepreneurs go from freakouts to freedom on camera so they can turn their video viewers into clients. I want the same for you. I want you to ignite the world with your video message. Please, I invite you to a complimentary consultation call. Just click the button below, and I do hope to hear from you.
Wow.
It could be that short, but yeah, my face, they can feel my energy. Yeah. They're kind of like, oh, well, that's, hey, I could use that. And she said, it's free. So it could be that short. But I would say it behooves you to get something that looks professional on your website.
Yeah, professional is the key. I'm really a big brand proponent, and to me, if I go to a website and it looks hokey, somebody's on their webcam and bad lighting, bad bad audio, it's out of focus, the hair is messy or whatever it is, right? They look like they just came out of the bathroom, whatever. It has a really negative impact on this stranger's perception of you and your brand. And not only the video, but the whole website as a whole. But that immediate first impression is something that you can't take back. You can't later explain to them, oh, I was having a bad day that day. I've got a new video up. Well, it's too late by then. They've already made that impression about you. And if things look unprofessional and cheap or homemade, that's the impression they have of you and your business. Would you agree to that, Michelle?
Susan, I absolutely agree. And I have gotten to the point where I can make videos for my homepage, but that's because I've been doing it for a while. And I have soft boxes in my house. You can see them behind me for lighting. I know how to frame. I'm using a DSLR camera, although I have seen great videos that people have shot on their iPhones and their Android phones. So it can be done with a smartphone. But you really do have to get the framing right. You have to get good quality sound. I suggest you use a lavalier mic if you want to improve the sound of your videos. And you got to have it on a tripod or some kind of a holder so that your hands free. There's a number of steps. If you want to do it yourself, you certainly can get there. But if you don't want to, pay the money to get something professionally done, because I agree with you, it can hurt your brand. And if you're not sure, if you're like, gee, I made this video and I think it's kind of good enough, just ask people who are in your target market, or ask your clients. If I put this up on my homepage, will this help my brand or hurt it? And just make sure you ask somebody who's honest and willing to give you an honest opinion. Don't ask somebody who's just like, yeah, or is going to say, I love everything you do. That's not the person you want to ask. You want to ask those people who have a little bit of critical eye and are honest.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Sometimes asking for opinions, you're not getting an honest answer because they don't want to hurt your feelings. Right. And so you really have to pick somebody who will give you honest feedback. Yeah. And that's so important to ask and see. Is this something that will work, or do you think this is going to go against what I stand for and do more harm than good? This is fantastic information that you're sharing with us, Michelle, and I'm really curious about your thoughts on the impact that a video has, whether it's on our homepage or on social media or wherever we use video. Would you agree that it kind of helps build a rapport with our ideal target market a lot quicker than if somebody was just reading your text or looking at other marketing materials? Like, how does that work?
Well, next to being there, video is really the fastest way to become known, liked, and trusted, because people really can get to know you.
Yeah.
People who see my videos, they know the way I talk. They know my attitude. And they either love it or they're like, oh, this person is not for me. And thank goodness, right? Because we don't want to attract anybody except our ideal clients who bring out the best in us, and likewise. Mm-hmm. And you want to repel the people who are just kind of look at you like, meh, or go, ugh, I hate this person. It's always better to have a really strong sort of repel and attract energy. And the reason video is so real is that it is practically like touching somebody. You can, if you're in the present moment when you're on the camera, if you're not trapped in past regrets or anxiety about the future, being judged, people hating you on the internet, if you can really take that negative self-talk and put it in the back seat and say, my only goal here on this camera is to connect my eyes to that lens and speak in the present moment to the person who needs my help most. And they're right in there. They're right inside that lens. And if you can access that present moment, then you can truly be yourself. And only by truly being yourself will people believe you and say to themselves, yeah, I'll give that person money, because they trust you. And it's when you're faking it and when you're trying to be somebody you're not, or you're not fully yourself because you're so cramped by the nerves and the fear, they kind of go, I don't know if I trust that person. I don't know if they're going to follow through. They kind of look suspicious to me. There's something that goes off in the viewer's head that says, I don't trust that person.
Yeah.
So that is why it is so important that you are authentic and that you are real on the camera, because people want to know, is this person telling me the truth? And they have to feel that. And if you're able to do all of that, then it's like, I don't even have to, when people finally come to me after seeing my videos and they're like, hey, what kind of stuff do you do? And I want to talk to you. I don't have to sell them.
Right.
I don't have to sell them because they already know me. They've listened, they've heard, they've decided already. They just want to know how much does she charge by that time that we get there. So it saves a lot of time. That said, to get to that point, you got to practice. You got to practice and you got to commit. And there is a learning curve and it will take time, but you will get there. And
that's why we have coaches like you to help us with that learning curve and get that confidence up. And it's so true that the more people see you on camera, the more they get to know you as if they've been your best friend sitting beside you. Have you ever had somebody come up to you and say, oh, Michelle, and you've never met this person in your life, you have no idea who they are, but they feel like they know you inside and out because of watching your videos?
Well, what happened was I went to Marisa Murgatroyd. She's a coach for online entrepreneurs. I went to her event and I bought a shirt that said, you know me from the internet. I put it on and then somebody, like, I don't know, 20 minutes later came up and said, hey, you're that girl with the cocktail. And I was like, oh my God, the shirt worked. I was very happy when somebody recognized me.
And I'm so glad that you shared that, Michelle, because I think another reason why entrepreneurs are so hesitant and shy, especially to do Facebook Lives or even to just do videos alone, is that fear that nobody's going to watch. Nobody's going to look.
I go out live all the time. There's nobody ever there. Even when I tell my list, I'm like, why isn't my list coming? And it's not that they don't like me because they're not unsubscribing. And it's not that they don't love me. It's just, I don't know, maybe I have the wrong time. I get a lot of plays though on the replay. There's a lot of views on the replays.
Yeah.
And so don't be discouraged.
Yeah.
Don't be discouraged. You know, I sometimes I go, ooh, only 60 people saw that. Ooh, you know, and sometimes, and you may say to yourself, 60 people would be a lot for me. So never ever be discouraged about low numbers, because all that matters is that you improve from the last time.
Well, that's fantastic, Michelle. You've provided so many valuable insights and just hopefully it encouraged those who have been sitting on the fence, at least wondering, should I do this? No, I can't. Yes, you can. You know, like hopefully we gave them that argument to just do it. Go for it.
Do it. Go for it.
Don't care. Nobody cares how you look. Just do the best you can. And Michelle, I'm positive that you have something that people can go to learn more about what you do, help them boost with their confidence. You know, tell our viewers about, you know, what's their next step? How can you help them next?
Well, you can go to my website, michellemoreno.co, and you can sign up for my free training. But I also have a special gift for your audience, and that is the story video template. So if you're really interested in, and this is a great exercise, even if you're not going to shoot the video for your website, but just to shoot a video based on your story. And it's a template where you just section by section fill it in, and you're writing a script that could definitely go on your homepage. The story, your story that parallels your client's journey, at the end of which you say, and now I'm helping people XYZ, and you invite them to take the next step with you. So that story video template is at michellemoreno.co/story template.
Fantastic. I think that is extremely valuable. I think, again, another barrier to doing videos is not knowing what to do. You know, what should I do my video on? So here you are on a silver platter handing our viewers, thank you so much for this special gift.
Oh, you're welcome.
You know, of this step-by-step template, so that one less worry is out of the way. So fantastic. And I'll make sure that we put the link on our screen and in the comment section so everybody can just easily click and go and download that free download. And and do this story template, because stories is the best way to get your marketing message out to the world, especially on social media, but also on your website. Whereas we talked about, if strangers are coming to your website, they don't know you from Adam, and you can bring your story to right in front of them, and immediately they will start to sense that they have a sense of who you are. And of course, you were saying about being authentic, and that will, if that resonates with them, if the right person has come to your website, that they are in your ideal target market, then it's a easy transition to convert them over into being a lead and somebody to have a conversation with. And then, as you said, you don't even have to sell all that much anymore because of this online presence that you've created. People already know who you are. They already have a really good understanding of your expertise. And then it's just a matter of finding out what your prices are, right?
Absolutely. And the reason the story video is so effective is human beings are hardwired to crave stories. It's part of our cultural and our ancestral DNA. It is the way that we used to pass on information from the young to the old, from generation to generation. And so as a result, is so human. If you start a story and a video, people will usually hang on to hear the end because you just can't leave a story in the middle. I mean, that's why telenovelas and soap operas are so popular, because they're just these crazy stories where you just have to find out, is it Javier's baby or not? You know what I mean? And so when you do it on camera, same thing. It can even be just like a little short story, but people relate to hearing your stories. They really do. So use it.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I for one am signing up for that free report to get that story template. Thanks so much, Michelle. I so appreciate you taking the time today. So I hope that you enjoyed this video conference with Michelle Moreno, and please do go and sign up for her free report, the story template. That link is below. Sounds like it's going to be an incredible, valuable thing to have in order to create your video for your website homepage. And hey, if you like these e-tips, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube, and hit the like button. And if you have any questions for myself or Michelle, please go ahead and leave them in the comment section and we'll be sure to respond. So that's it for today's e-tip. Thanks for showing up, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.